It appears that the RFK Jr. presidential campaign is starting to fall apart. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video today. It is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because everyone, it appears that the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. presidential campaign is starting to fall apart. I mean, look at that headline. RFK Jr. claims a doctor told him a worm ate part of his brain, reports the New York Times. Yeah, this is a real headline. This is real. And apparently, the past couple of days, Kennedy has been making a bunch of other blunders on the campaign trail. It's getting so bad that his campaign might be starting to fall apart. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let us get into it. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. claimed numerous health problems, including that a parasite possibly ate part of his brain, during a deposition made during a contentious divorce from his second wife about a decade ago, according to the New York Times. Yeah. Now this was from 12 years ago, or whenever, but either way, the fact that he had part of his brain ate by a parasite that, according to him, caused memory loss and fogginess should be a serious concern. I don't care if this was 12 years ago and maybe he got better, whatever. The fact that this is the headline of yesterday, that, oh yeah, part of his brain was ate by a parasite that possibly caused memory loss and fogginess. That's not good. There's no other way to spin this other than you have a serious health issue. Granted, I still don't think it means that to this day he has memory loss, but the fact that he was suffering that 12 years ago, that's a serious concern. And that would mean 2 of the 3 major presidential candidates this year have serious cognitive problems. We know all about Biden, but it appears that RFK might have a similar situation. Now, I'm not saying that it's for sure a problem now, because you could argue, well, that was 12 years ago, you know, the parasite died, it might have caused some temporary problems, but it wasn't, you know, a long-term effect. Maybe that's the case, but the fact that this is real and that part of his brain was ate by a parasite should be a cause for alarm. The 70-year-old presidential candidate has made health, fitness, and wellness a cornerstone of his campaign. Kennedy often claims that a top priority, if elected, would be to fight the chronic disease epidemic in the country, which includes autoimmune diseases, diabetes, ADD, ADHD, autism, obesity, asthma, and food allergies, according to his campaign website. He has also posted himself on social media hiking, skiing, surfing, as well as a viral video of himself doing shirtless push-ups to show his own health. And that's why I think this is gonna hurt his campaign. Granted, I'm not saying he's suffering from memory issues now, but the fact that his campaign's all about, or I should say all about, but we all know RFK, his major thing is health, you know, vaccine stuff, that type of issue. That's his main focus. And the fact that now we learned that, hey, by the way, 12 years ago, he was suffering from possible health issues because of a parasite. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of this campaign, because he's running as, you know, the healthy candidate that, oh, see, I'm perfectly in good shape because I can do push-ups shirtless. Well, you didn't tell us that you had part of your brain ate by a parasite. But in the 2012 divorce proceedings, the Times reported that he claimed numerous health ailments that affected his brain function and consequently his earning potential. I have cognitive problems, clearly. I have short-term memory loss and I have longer-term memory loss that affects me, Kennedy said in the deposition. This is really bad, because he admitted 12 years ago when, again, he was in his mid-50s, now he's in his 70s, he was already suffering from memory loss. Again, you could argue that the parasite has no impact now, whatever. But he's gotten older. Theoretically, when you get older, and it's just a fact, theoretically, his memory could have gotten even worse. That's why this is a major concern. This isn't like, oh, he's like in his mid-50s, and this happened when he was like 49 or something. No, he was in his mid-50s when this happened. Now he's in his 70s. Mr. Kennedy traveled extensively in Africa, South America, and Asia in his work as an environmental advocate, and in one of those locations contracted a parasite, which makes sense. That's probably what happened. This isn't a grand conspiracy. I don't think he's trying to claim it is, but it's still concerning that part of his brain got ate by a parasite. The issue was resolved more than 10 years ago, and he's in robust physical and mental health. Questioning Mr. Kennedy's health is a hilarious suggestion, given his competition. Is it, though? Now, no one is saying that, Biden's in good shape. I clearly think that RFK is in way better shape than Biden. But the fact that you have health concerns from 12 years ago that you never talked about, that is a bit concerning. Because you're 12 years older, you're in your 70s, you're not 55. That's why I think this could be a big concern for many voters. Like, wait a minute, you had part of your brain eaten out by a parasite, and that caused memory loss? Shouldn't that theoretically affect you to this day? Which, I don't know the science behind it, but you would assume that it would maybe linger as of now. Now, this was bad enough for the RFK campaign because, he basically admitted 12 years ago that he suffered from memory loss. At least, short term, but even he said long term. But either way, this was bad enough. Right? I thought, okay, it's a blunder, but it's not the end of the world. Well, this might be his biggest disaster yet. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appears to surprise his running mate with his position on abortion. Now, there's a possibility that Kennedy misspoke, whatever. But you talk about being an extremist on an issue, Kennedy might have taken the most extreme position on the issue of abortion for any of the major presidential candidates. Yes, even more so than Biden. You just read what he said. During an interview with podcaster Sag Steele, the former ESPN host asked Kennedy what the limit should be for women to have an abortion. Should there be a limit, or are you saying all the way up to a full term, a woman has a right to have an abortion, she said. Kennedy answered that he doesn't think anyone would want to do that at 8 months of pregnancy, but abortion should be out of the hands of the government and in the hands of women. Steele continued to push Kennedy, ask if he agrees with the Roe v. Wade standard or with abortion being left up to the states, and Kennedy reiterated that the decision should not lie with the states, but with the mother, even if it's full term. Kennedy said in response to a follow-up question, "I don't think it's ever okay," he added. When Steele said that would allow late-term abortions, Kennedy said, "I think we have to leave it to the women rather than the state." In other words, Kennedy is arguing for late-term abortion, not just, abortion before 15 weeks or even 24 weeks. No. He is saying abortion up to the minute of birth should be legal. That's what he's arguing. And that means he is to the left of Biden on abortion, because at least with Biden, you could argue, well, he supports codifying Roe versus Wade, which is a bad decision. Again, that's awful. But at least with Roe, the decision had, abortion restricted after viability was met, which usually means 24 to 28 weeks. At least Biden, I guess, claims to support that. But even then, this is insane that Kennedy is arguing, well, actually, no, that's going not far enough. There should be no restriction on abortion. That's what he's arguing. The comments appear to come as a surprise to Nicole Shanahan, Kennedy's running mate. A week prior to the release of Kennedy's conversation with Steele, Shanahan was featured in a podcast episode with the host. Steele asked Shanahan if she agreed with Kennedy's belief that a woman should have the option to have an abortion at full term, to which Shanahan responded with a surprise. My understanding with Bobby's position is that, every abortion is a tragedy, is a loss of life, Shanahan said. My understanding is that he absolutely believes in limits on abortion, and we've talked about this. I don't know where that came from. So his running mate doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. Apparently they had discussions saying, hey, maybe we should support some kind of limit, like, a late-term abortion ban. But it appears that Kennedy actually doesn't support that, which means this is like the 5th time he's flip-flopped on abortion. First he said, we need a federal ban after 15 weeks. Then he said, no, leave it to the states. Then, behind the scenes, I guess he supports restricting abortion again. But now, publicly, he's saying, no, there shouldn't be even any restrictions. None at all. There should be late-term abortion up to the minute of birth. This is crazy, and this is why I think this campaign is going to fall apart. They don't even know what they're running on. They keep flip-flopping between, we support abortion, we oppose abortion, we support it, we oppose it, leave it to the states, we want late-term abortion, we don't, we want to ban it federally. This campaign is a mess. And this is why, combined with bizarre stories like this and, other bizarre things he said, I think Kennedy is going to fall apart in the polling if he doesn't turn this ship around ASAP. Because you can't have a campaign this inconsistent. It's one thing to, stop talking about one issue, pivot. That's one thing. But to change your position by what seems to be by the minute, that so much so that your own vice president doesn't even know what the hell you stand for, that's not good. This is why this is becoming a bigger problem for this campaign, because this campaign just keeps flip-flopping between opposing abortion to supporting it. And then he keeps going on and on about, 12 years ago, I had part of my brain eaten out by a worm. Really? This is the campaign that's supposed to break the two-party system? If this keeps up, I don't think he even gets like 5% of the vote. He may not even get 2% at this rate. If he keeps going on and on about, random stuff that people don't give a shit about, and then keep flip-flopping on positions that are, quite frankly, just easy things to answer. Like abortion. Are you pro-choice? Are you pro-life? Do you support a federal ban? Do you support leaving it to the states? What? He can't even answer that. But we do got to see what happens the next couple of months, because I really think that the next month or so is going to be the most important of Kennedy's campaign. If his campaign can't figure this out, he's going to fall apart in the polling badly. We're not talking like a 1-point decline. I really think it's possible he falls into the low single digits, maybe not even crack 2%. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.